Hello and welcome to the How to CEO show. I'm your host, Murray Newlands. When you decided to become a CEO, the world changed. You can either crash and burn or you can build a billion-dollar company. But building a billion-dollar company is really hard. We're here to give you the knowledge, advice, and the expertise to build that billion-dollar company. In this show, we're going to be looking at how to conduct a great interview. Why? Well, as CEO, hiring people is super important. You might think, hey, I'm the CEO of a big company, I'm going to have other people hire for me. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to hire those who are going to hire those under them. Getting the right people in place is really important, and conducting great interviews is really important. If exactly the right person who's going to come into your company, transform it, leads to better productivity, increased sales, increased results, make you a better CEO is walking through the door right now, how are you going to be able to be sure that you are selling them the fact that they should come to your company? After all, great candidates have the opportunity to work for great CEOs. And you want to make sure that you sell them on the fact that you are a great CEO and that they should work for your company. So, firstly, prepare. Make sure you're ready on time. Make sure you've read their resume. Go over the fact that you understand exactly why you're hiring them. If you have, like me, you're having a busy day often, you're involved in lots of other things, take space to just think about how you're going to make this a great interview. Try and do some research on them. What have they said in their cover letter? So what have they said in their resume? Welcome them. Make sure that they feel welcome. Ask them if they want some water. Make sure that you have the room set up so it's a comfortable scenario for people to interview in. Describe the company. Describe why you're passionate about it. Describe why you're passionate about delivering the products or services that you are, and why that matters to those who are buying them, why it matters to the customers that you do a great job. Sell them the dream, sell them the vision. Do they believe in that dream and that vision? Are they truly passionate about it? Because only if they're truly passionate about it will they become a great employee for you. Explain to them the interview process. How is this going to work? What happens during this interview? What's going to happen after this interview? What's the process going to look like so that they feel informed? That will help give them some security about it. Learn about them. Ask about them. People like to talk about themselves. Make sure that most of the interview is not about you talking. Make sure that most of the interview is about them talking. Understand what skills they've been using, where they've been using them, what results they produce with those skills. Because at the end of the day, it's the results that you're looking for. Try and understand truly what it is that they're passionate about, what skills that they like to use. Find out both what they like to use, what they're passionate about, and also what they are not passionate about, what they don't like to do. They may be phenomenal for some things, but not as good at other things. If you're going to be working with this person, you really need to understand what their weaknesses are as well as their strengths. Ask them to talk through scenarios where they've used their skills. Really try and understand that process. Try and get as much information from them as possible. Ask them about their references. Ask them why they would choose those references and why those references are going to say great things about them. Make sure, as I said, you describe, okay, after this interview, what is going to be the next process along the way? So, if possible, talk to them about this is what the company is doing. Here are the problems that the companies are facing. Ask them to talk through how they're going to work in that part of the project to meet those requirements. If it's a technical interview, to have someone else come in and ask them technical questions. Get a sense for how they like working with teams and with other people, because that's really critical. Find out what different tools they use. Depending on what tools they use and how they describe those tools, that will give you a great insight into their work process. Different people have different types of work processes. Different companies have different types of work processes. If you can get them to describe their work process, that will also help you to understand how productive they are, what they like doing in their day, how that channels them moving forward. Try to understand, okay, when they started in their last position, where did they start and where did that come through to? Understand that process. If you find that they move in one direction in particular, it's probably because they like working in that direction. Make sure that the opportunity you're providing them is giving them that direction, if that's what they say that they like to work in. Think about the team environment that you're asking them to join and how their approach will work with the team that you currently have. If there are people in the team which are difficult to work with, hopefully there aren't, but if there are, think about how that they will work with those people. Ask them scenarios where they've worked with people who are working that particular style and how they like to work. These are all crucial things to understand during the interview process. Try and actually find out from them where they want to be in the future, how they're going to get there, and how you can help them along the way. Find out if they have particular learning goals that they're trying to meet. If they are really trying to better themselves, or do they just want a job for the moment? Both types of people are really important in a company. Companies need people who will come in and they're happy with what they're doing, they want stability, they like stability, they can be the steady key for companies in order to steadily process things. Those people are really important in a company. Equally, it's really important to spot people who want to do things and have a hunger to do things. You also need people who have a hunger to do things. And then think about when they start, how are they going to prove themselves? How are they going to shine? How are you going to give them the opportunities to shine? And how are you going to know whether or not that's working? And how will they know whether or not that's working? And how will that be reflected to them? I'm Aaron Newlands. You're listening to the How to CEO show. If you like this show, please do share. Please subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.